Single parents, what's your best, worst dating story? My daughter Nina was diagnosed with severe autism when she was 3. Every potential relationship ended the moment I mentioned her condition. The last guy actually said, "I'm not ready to deal with that kind of baggage." After that, I stopped dating entirely, focusing on being the best mom I could be. Then I met Xavier at the grocery store. Nina was having one of her meltdowns, screaming and thrashing in the cereal aisle. People were staring, whispering, and hurrying past us. I was struggling to hold her when this tall guy in scrubs knelt down beside us. Instead of trying to help or offering unwanted advice, he just started humming "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star," Nina's favorite song. Gradually, Nina's screams turned to sniffles. The guy kept humming, pulled a small fidget toy from his pocket, and offered it to her. Within minutes, she was calm enough for me to finish shopping. He introduced himself as Xavier, a pediatric nurse who worked with special needs children. We exchanged numbers, and for our first date, he suggested coming over to my place instead of going out. Less stressful for Nina, he said. He brought pizza and a weighted blanket for her. He remembered me mentioning she liked deep pressure. That night, he sat on the floor with her, letting her line up his keys over and over while we talked. Things were perfect for 2 months. He'd come over after his shifts, help Nina with her bedtime routine, and never complained when our dates were interrupted by her needs. One night, he even rushed over at 2 a.m. when she was sick, wearing his Spider-Man pajamas because he knew it would make her laugh. Then suddenly, he stopped answering texts. 3 days of silence. My heart sank. I'd been through this before. Another person realizing they couldn't handle our life. I was angry at myself for letting him get close to Nina. On day 4, his sister called me. Xavier had been in a motorcycle accident. He was in a coma, and his phone was destroyed in the crash. She found my number written on a post-it in his apartment, along with a toy he'd bought for Nina. I visited him every day after dropping Nina at her special needs program. His sister watched her so I could stay longer. 2 weeks passed. The doctors weren't optimistic. One evening, Nina was unusually agitated. She kept signing hospital, one of the few signs she knew. Against my better judgment, I brought her to see him. As soon as we entered his room, she climbed onto his bed and started humming "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star," something she'd never done before. She usually hated singing. His fingers twitched, then his eyelids. By the time she finished the song, he was blinking at us. The doctors called it a miracle. Later, he told me hearing Nina's humming had helped him find his way back. He proposed 6 months later, using Nina's favorite fidget toy to hold the ring. When he asked her permission to be her dad, she hugged him, her first voluntary hug ever. Yesterday, I found his old patient notes. He'd been Nina's nurse during her autism diagnosis 3 years ago. He remembered us from that day, recognized us at the grocery store, but waited for me to be ready before telling me. He'd kept the original fidget toy she'd played with all those years ago. Things happen for a reason.